A beautiful Saturday morning to you from wherever you're listening across the world. This is Oluyole 98.5 FM, and it's time for conversation with Dayo and Tola. I am Ola Dayo Ogunbowale.
And I'm Tola Teriba. Good morning.
All right, it's the Saturday edition, and today is the 22nd day of the 8th month of August 2020. So another day to be alive, the very last edition for this week, and gradually August is edging out. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Be thankful to God. Corona has come, is going, and you are alive. I think you should, say thank you. It's worth it. God, he deserves that. I think. Then another week, whether you like, yes, I don't have money. Calm down. You are alive.
Thank God for the gift of life. There is life. There is hope.
There's this Pirate of the Caribbean title: "Dead men tell no tales." It's only people that are alive that can complain. When you're alive, you can say, I don't have this. A dead man doesn't know what's going on. He can't complain. So that you can complain, it's an exclusive right of people who are alive. All right, so thank you so much for joining us again on the program. This is how we do it, Mondays through Saturdays, 6:30 to 7:30 a.m. right here on Oluyole 98.5 FM. This is a network program. It's on the radio network of the Broadcasting Corporation of Oyo State. As we're talking right here in the studios, right here in Iliakede, Orita Bashoron in Ibadan. We're also coming to you live via our sister stations, Agility 92.1 FM and Okiogun 96.3 FM. A very big good morning to our online audience on Facebook, facebook.com/Oluyole98.5 FM, and Twitter at Oluyole FM. Those two platforms were streaming live. You can watch us live. You see our faces, you hear our voices on Facebook and Twitter as we speak. So that also gives you the opportunity to contribute ahead of time. So go ahead, drop your comments under the live stream or use the hashtag conversation on Twitter. Our website remains the same, www.bcus.tv/listen, so you can listen to this program. Check us out also on Instagram at Oluyole98.5 FM, on Radio Garden, and mixler.com/Oluyole FM. On this program, we give you newspaper review with top-notch analysis, and of course, you get to contribute to the show. Once again, thank you for joining the show. We'll go straight to the papers. I have a copy of the Punch newspaper.
And I have a copy of the Guardian on Saturday.
Public property recovery. Malami revives controversial panel. Dissolved by Buhari. Appoints ex-CJN Onohen's accuser as panel lead consultant. SPIP begins verification of Abuja houses threatening occupiers. Page 3 of the Punch newspaper.
And one headline of the Guardian on Saturday: Unilag, Buhari suspends Babalaki Ogundipe, sacks acting VC. Page 2 of the Guardian on Saturday.
Yeah. I feel for the acting VC. How many days?
Well, it has to come to that eventually.
We would have been happy that
they was already trying to make moves to actually beg the unions to support him and all that.
This life. Some people say it's not balanced. It's also here. Unilag crisis. Federal government asks Babalaki Ogundipe to step aside. Appoints visitation panel. Page 9 of the Punch newspaper.
All right. COVID-19 lockdown of film industry faces collapse as experts approximate 50 billion naira loss.
Wow.
That's a major revenue
huge
for this country.
50 billion. Wow. Magu kicks as Salami panel recommends sacking. Whoa. Page 8 of the Punch newspaper.
And coming from Ibadan, Oyo State, still on Shodipe, the suspected Akinyele serial killer. Monarchs go spiritual, dispatch hunters to fish out Shodipe. Victim's husband alleges conspiracy. Barakat was not allowed to realize her ambition of father lament. Remember Barakat, the student who was one of the victims of serial killing.
And the Shodipa is working around. All right. Talking about killings, but not in Ibadan now. Catholic bishops to El Rufai, Southern Kaduna people feel abandoned. Page 7 of the Punch newspaper.
And then we have police invite Melafia for questioning on Monday. Page 4.
Okay.
Guardian on Saturday.
It was DSS. Nice police.
Yeah, no, it's police.
All right. NDDC failed to utilize 5 trillion naira for Niger Delta development, says Akpabio.
And Senate uncovers multi-billion-dollar fraud in NTA. Orders agencies to remit all earnings to Federation accounts. NTA.
All right. That sounds, that's a serious allegation. Well, while we are helping to rehabilitate repentant Boko Haram terrorists, says the U.S., page 11 of the Punch newspaper.
And while we sell foodstuffs donated to us at IDP camp, I was talking about the internally displaced persons living in the IDP camps.
They need money. Wow. Kama, targeted at churches, will do everything to ensure amendment. Can President's aid? Says that's on page 23 of the Punch newspaper.
And I'll submit to new Kama law or be doomed. CAC wants registered organizations. I think that's a veiled warning to the churches and other religious organizations.
Is that not heavy? That word. Okay.
Unless they will cease to exist. I think that's the implication.
I mean, people know the weight of some words. Doomed. Okay. $1 million fee. We're ready to return home over harassment in Ghana, says Nigerian traders.
And that's how conducive home is. Right. While poor safety protocols enforcement may hinder fight against COVID-19. Details page 27 of the Guardian on Saturday.
All right, it's Saturday. So take some interesting and entertainment stories. If you have kids for my husband, come for DNA test. Yeah, a celeb, and Johnny says that. So, okay, you are now doing out that there might be people who are all right, entertainment stories right there.
And we have this one, celebrity page of the Guardian on Saturday. Omotola screen a diva battles COVID-19.
Yeah,
I was talking about Omotola Jolade Kendi, and Ibinabo Fiberisima unpacks Miss Earth as Miss Enugu Emerge 2020 winner.
That's interesting. Well, let's discuss some politics here. Edo poll, DSS invites Kabaka, 9 other APC leaders. Okay. All right. Page 9 of the Punch newspaper.
Arikiti Assembly suspends a local government chairman over Fayemi campaign posters. So the LG chairman actually jumped the gun. And we have Ondo 2020 Akedolu Jagede, 15 others to slug it out as IDEC releases final list.
And we have enemy appeals to lawsuit management over hazard allowance. That's on page 9 of the Punch newspaper.
News of impending flood sends jitters across Ogun, Lagos communities. That's on page 2 of the Guardian on Saturday.
Okay, and we have most lawyers objected to El Rufai's presence at NBA conference, says the NBA president. Response to how they withdrew their invitation.
And it also says their NBA conference or withdrawal of El Rufai's invitation stirs controversy. Decision odd, says Governor. Shiites Murik differ as association's president apologizes.
Okay. All right. We also have here insecurity. Federal government moves to revive abandoned $470 million CCTV project. And also here, COVID-19. Stakeholders suggest ways of reducing out-of-school children.
All right. Arresting a video channels who deploys cameraman to Senate. That's on page 6 of the Guardian on Saturday. You
have Subeb to terminate unexecuted 3-year-old contracts. That's on page 10 of the Punch newspaper.
And the groups won against media trial of Alison Madwiki. That's on page 6 of the Guardian on Saturday.
Tough times for motorists, commuters, as East-West Road worsens. Picture speak here, it's something else. Is this a river in the middle of the road? Popular East-West Road. Tough times for motorists, commuters as East-West Road worsens. That's on page 17, precisely, of the Punch newspaper.
The picture speak on the front page of the Guardian here, and it shows sympathizers at the scene of an accident involving a truck that plunged into a river on Yobe Bridge on Gombe-Yola Highway, and that was yesterday. Quite a gory scene, if you ask me.
Well, I hope no life was lost. Just seriously hope. Okay, let's see. So much for entertainment stories in here. Okay, before we go to sports this weekend, do you have much from your hand? I think I'll just go straight to sports here.
Okay, before that, we have an ECWA happy over deployment of special troops to Southern Kaduna, urges them to respect human rights. People are still being killed despite the deployment of the troops. 208 Nigerians in U.S. arrive in Lagos. I guess that's talking about those stranded by COVID-19.
All right, just before we go to sports business, page of the Punch newspaper, page 28, 2.3 million SMEs assessed interest-free loans, says FG. NCAA to probe jet fence incident, says the AIB. And you have NPDC target 600 MMSCF per day domestic gas supply. And you also have Minister writes Buhari 6-hand to stamp duty crisis. Oh, it's like you need Buhari to help you there. All right. Page 28 of the Punch newspaper.
On sports this morning, we've tried our best for Nigerian boxers, says MBB of C. Accusation by Otto Joeboy Joseph not true. Sports page of the Guardian.
All right, on sports page of the Punch newspaper, page 30 precisely. COVID-19. Sports people seek new means of survival amid pandemic. They are showing some of them inside farm. One is doing welding. Yeah. All right. Joshua warns White over Povetkin fight. That's also on page 30. And on the back page, you have Ebue happy to join 20. And we have Maguire arrested after fight with Greek police. Gerard rules out Balogo Aribo for Kilmarnock clash. And yesterday, Sevilla edges out Inter Milan to win the Europa Cup. All right, congratulations to Sevilla fans. I think it's becoming Sevilla Europa Cup. They are professionals at winning that particular cup. Congrats to them.
And this one, eyes on Lisbon as PSG Bayern Munich battle in Champions League final. And news about Messi exit from Barca gives me nightmares. Nigeria football grounds, the revolution may be here at last. That's coming from Shegun Adegbami, the football legend. His column in the Guardian on Saturday.
All right. Time check 6:45 a.m. Destination time 7:30 a.m. It's the conversation with Dayo and Tola coming to you live from the stables of Oluyole 98.5 FM right here in Ibadan. Today is the 22nd day of August 2020. Is International Day commemorating the victims of acts of violence based on religion or belief. International Day commemorating the victims of acts of violence based on religion or belief. Human rights related to freedom of religion or belief. So any acts of violence that is based on religion or belief, today is the day set aside to commemorate victims of such acts of violence. If you're just joining us, well, we've taken the headlines. We go straight to the meat of the news, and I think I would just like to start with this. It seems the trials of Brother Magu has reached a crescendo. Magu kicks as Salami panel recommends sacking. Page 8 of the Punch newspaper. The Judicial Commission of Inquiry, led by Justice Ayo Salami, retired, set up by President Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, to investigate the suspended acting chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, Ibrahim Magu, has submitted an interim report to the President. The report was said to have recommended Magu's sacking. The report by an online medium, The Cable, stated that the President was asked to appoint a new chairman for the anti-graft agency. A top source in the police told Saturday Punch that although the panel was still probing Magu, testimonies and documents from witnesses so far were enough to make it to recommend the removal of the suspended EFCC boss. A police source who is private to the investigation but who pleaded anonymity because government has yet to take a decision on the matter, said the Salami panel has been sending interim reports to the President. Its latest report, however, recommends Magu's sacking from the EFCC and possible prosecution. When asked why the report was sent when Magu had not yet opened his defense, the police officer said, quote, "But Magu has been part of the process. He has been attending sittings and has even been given the opportunity of cross-examining some witnesses. The interim report is for the President alone and is to keep him abreast of the activities of the panel." However, Magu's lawyer, Wahab Shitu, said Justice Salami had informed him that no such report had been submitted to the President. Magu kicks as Salami panel recommends sacking. That's on page 8 of the Punch newspaper.
If you ask me, Dayo, Magu shouldn't think he would be allowed back.
I think by now that reality should have dawned on him. He's not going back. Even if they allow him work free, he will most likely not return to that head office
and
of
honestly,
the FCC as the chairman.
On moral grounds, such grievous indictments would have eroded public trust in his leadership of that agency. I think the honorable thing definitely would be, well,
maybe they allow him resign honorably.
Well, perhaps he might be given a soft landing, but if indeed he is found guilty, of those allegations, he should face the full wrath of the law. But then, like I said, he should have seen this coming. It's not about who wants him out or who wants him there. Definitely, he should do that. Some people want him out. Although it could also be about him wanting to hold on to the struggle to clear his name, and that he feels maybe the only way he would be exonerated eventually, if he's able to swim against the tide, is by retaining his seat. And well, maybe the Nigerians will say, okay, he has been cleared, his name has been cleared. But I think the forces against him would not let that happen.
The forces are massive. Wish him all the best. Let's take another story.
Right. And okay, you mentioned something about today being the day of victims of violence.
International Day commemorating the victims of acts of violence based on religion or belief.
That's why I will take this story now. Why will sell foodstuff donated to us at IDP camps? Those are victims. Internally displaced persons, IDPs, at the Durume camp in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, have explained the foodstuffs donated to them to pay for hospital bills and cater for their other needs. According to them, government has done little or nothing to ameliorate their plights, and more often than not, patients taken by them to any of the general hospitals in the FCT are rejected because they are IDPs. The public relations officer, PRO of the camp, Omar Rigida, speaking at the just concluded Journalists for Christ International Outreach IFC Media Roundtable and public presentation of report on management of internal displaced crisis in Nigeria, said most of the bags of rice and indomie donated to them are usually kept in the store so that they can sell and use the proceeds to pay for hospital bills. Instead, during the COVID-19 lockdown, they shared only gari for their people because they could not afford to be eating rice and noodles when their people are rejected at the hospitals over their inability to pay their bills. Why we sell foodstuff donated to us at IDP camp?
Pathetic.
A pathetic and gory report there, if you ask me. I know why I took this story, Dayo. To think that those who sent them to the IDP camps are actually the ones now being patronized by the government. They are the ones who are getting who are getting rehabilitated, who are getting reintegrated back into society, who are being given money, receiving stipends.
Clothed.
See the irony, see the very worrisome and annoying irony. And definitely, I think the government should remember that there are also youths among the IDPs, youths who would eventually think, well, maybe life would be better with the terrorists, with the insurgents. But at the end of the day, if I start thinking, if I survive, if I don't get killed by the military or the police, well, eventually I get caught, I'll be rehabilitated, and of course, I'll be given money, and I would have a better life. Definitely, it seems as if to the average youth, life will be better as an insurgent than being in an IDP camp.
Unfortunately, it's beginning to look like that. It's so unfortunate because if you look at, I tell people, photo ops, it says a lot. The day that picture filtered into the media space with those repentant, in quote, Boko Haram men wearing white, donning green cap, and sitting under tents,
looking very fine and well fed.
And some were giving money. They said they would be giving them stipends. I just wondered what would run through the mind of an average young boy in any of the several IDP camps within the country. Seeing people who were responsible, directly or indirectly, for their current predicament being well treated as such. I would have preferred that training sessions or training centers be built within IDP camps. Who is even thinking about these people? And then you go and give them handouts, donated rice that they can't even now eat, that they have to eventually sell to make up, for their. Thank God coronavirus is not as lethal as it is in other parts of the world. If it were to be lethal in Nigeria as well, IDP camps would have been something else. Because you can't preach social distancing in IDP camps. You can't. Who is separated from who? Who is distancing from who in such a location? And so you would have expected a ministry like Ministry of Humanitarian and disaster reduction to make it a point of call to focus attention on the plight of these victims. These guys have no help. And Tola, we need to be sincere with ourselves. Some of them were doing well.
Of course.
When things were okay, before Boko Haram came to dislodge them from where they were.
Craftsmen.
Some of them owned homes. Some of them owned farms. Some of them had good families running, had their businesses okay until they were dislodged. Now you are giving them handouts, sharing cups or congos of gari to them or rice that they can't even afford to eat because they have families in hospitals. Is somebody even thinking of ensuring that these people have access to quality health care, that they don't have to pay? Because it's no fault of theirs. It's a failure of government that they are where they are. I think more attention should be paid to these people.
And honestly, much of the donations going to the IDP camps actually come from private organizations,
of course, international, to ensure that these people, have a life. If I can use that word, can we just do our bit? Yes, we expect government to do some, but if you have something you can give to these people, I can assure you there are several NGOs. Go online, Google it. There are several NGOs that are out there gathering stuffs for these people. I know some are even collecting money via account numbers to ensure that some things get done in these places. You will be surprised how things have changed for a lot of people who used to do well but are no longer doing well. Some are even doing worse. Okay, so it's a call to government and of course to us, to show show some humanity. Let's see how things can be better for these people. Unilag crisis. Federal government asks Babalaki Ogundipe to step aside, appoints visitation panel. As much as I like this headline, I think I like that your own, where they told the acting VC to mine is on page 9. You have yours ready too?
It says Unilag Buhari suspends Babalaki Ogundipe sacks acting VC.
It
says the federal government has directed the Pro-Chancellor and Chairman Governing Council of the University of Lagos, UNILAG, Wale Babalakin, to recuse himself from official duties relating to the institution. Spokesman of the Ministry of Education, Ben Gung, who broke the news in a statement yesterday, said Professor Oluyole was also directed to recuse himself as Vice Chancellor, adding that a panel has been set up to probe the crisis working UNILAG. The panel, which is chaired by Tuko Sahad, former Vice Chancellor of the Federal University of Technology, Mina, asked Victor Onoha, Ikena Oyido, Ekanem Braid, Adamu Usman, and Jimo Bankole as members, expected to submit its report within 2 weeks. The 7-man panel is to review the report of the Council Subcommittee on Review of Expenditure of the University since and make appropriate recommendation after giving those indicted an opportunity to explain themselves. It is also expected to examine steps taken by the council leadership leading to the removal of Ogundipe in order to determine whether due process was followed in accordance to the stipulated University Acts and whether fair hearing was adhered to. UNILAG, Buhari suspends Babalakin, Ogundipe sacks acting VC.
It's also here that they've asked the Senate to name acting VC, which should actually have been the right thing. The Senate should name the acting VC, not somebody who booted out the current VC and then you appoint. Come on.
And that was the contention all along when the Senate says
it means there's motive. There's motive. You had something to gain, kind of. It makes it look that way. Well, we hope this will bring an end to the crisis in that ivory tower. I mean, that is where we should set examples for the whole country. I mean, you want to look up to the ivory towers where knowledge, resides, in quotes. These people should do better.
At the end of it all, I want to begin to wonder if this is again all about money and the corruption, because it says that a part of the purview of the 7-man panel is to review the report of the Council Subcommittee on Review of Expenditure of the University and make appropriate recommendations. So, but the bottom line of it all may be issues of corruption.
Well, the chairman of the Governing Council, Dr. Wale Babalakin, has alleged, openly, that the VC that he supervises putting out was, enmeshed in a lot of financial, activities that he can't explain. In fact, at a point, he claimed that the VC accepted, that he did some things. I said,
but then
those are weighty allegations.
But then, with all due respect to Chief Babalakin, I think he should have been patient enough to follow the due process. And I think this is where where the boat was rocked here.
Exactly.
That due process was not followed in all these.
So it means
about whether
does he have something to gain? Is this now that the two of them have been asked to recuse themselves, we'll see how it goes. I mean, because really,
the neutral panel will be asked to.
Well, Edo poll, DSS invites Kabaka, 9 other APC leaders. Department of State Services has invited 10 leaders of the All Progressive Congress for a meeting today, Saturday, in its office in Benin City, the Edo State capital. Though the agenda of the meeting was not disclosed, it is expected to dwell on the September 19 governorship election. A letter written on the agency's letterhead and dated August 20, 2020, with reference number 171/P/122, which was addressed to Tony Ado, aka Kabaka, read, "I am directed to invite you to an important meeting with the State Director of Security. You are to come with the following persons." So they named all of them APC leaders. The letter indicated that the meeting would hold by 11 a.m. at the DSS headquarters in Benin. An aide to one of the invitees, when contacted on the phone, confirmed that his boss had received such an invitation letter but refused to speak further on it. "Yes, we received a letter like that. That is all I can say," the aide added. Meanwhile, the APC Campaign Council for the Edo State governorship election has said the alleged desperation of the Edo State Governor Godwin Obaseki to hold on to power is fueling insecurity in the states. Okay, that's looking not like it. If all these people, because I'm sure the governor does not control DSS, he cannot, even if he wants to. He cannot. So if the DSS is inviting people from a particular party, okay, maybe they will invite the PDP to later. Let's wait and see.
Yeah, but I think it's a process.
Because this Kabaka is just like, all those, the popular touts that you use to run things, So
who are more powerful than governors in some instances?
Let's wait. Maybe they also invite the other party.
And say, we also said in a signal that the APC is in government now. We are inviting APC people, so you shouldn't begin to see us as being biased.
So when we eventually invite your own people to,
so I think that's it could make some sense.
But really, I'm in support of whatever will, ensure that there's peace in that coming election. The heat being generated in that part of the country is too much. So whatever needs to be done to ensure that there's peace before, during, and after the Guba polls in those states and on those states as well, I think yes, they should go ahead.
And honestly, I would, no matter what people may want to say, I would support a massive security dragnet on those two states, provided the security personnel are neutral and remain apolitical. I would definitely support a very massive security dragnet. This is very much required because definitely we are beginning to see a do or die scenario in all this.
It's obvious. It's obvious. Some people just want to, let me say, taku, whatever it will cost them. They want to stay there and all that.
And some people do not want their honor to be breached. They do not want their feathers to be ruffled.
Well, it's Saturday. Time check 7:04 a.m. Destination time 7:30 a.m. We open the phone lines pretty early today, so you can go ahead, pick up your phone. Somebody say, that fast? Yes. So let's hear more from you today as we open the phone line. 080-5500-9850, 080-5500-9850. Keep the comments coming on Facebook and Twitter. $1 million fee. We are ready to return home over harassment in Ghana, says Nigerian traders. A little low. How much is their business? Are they all together that they'll be paying $1 million?
Well, are they sure home is that conducive? Like I said,
Tola, if you spend $1 million in Ibadan, you're a big man. If you invest $1 million or the business, you're not going to Maiduguri now.
I still don't want to believe that the Ghanaian authorities would expect those to pay $1 million. Maybe there is something else the Ghanaian authorities want them to do that would require sitting down with them and discussing these matters.
Maybe it's a comeback.
With the Nigerian envoy.
Maybe it's a comeback.
Okay.
Before we take the first call, let me even read the story. Nigerian traders in Ghana have said they are ready to return home if Ghana refuses to honor the multilateral trade agreements of the Economic Community of West African States. Last week, a Nigerian trader whose store was forcefully locked up by the Ghanaian security officials had recorded a video of the incident. In the video, the trader is asked to pay a $1 million registration fee. Though the victim shows the officials his business registration certificate and other documents, the enforcement team insists on shutting his store. The closure of scores of other Nigerian businesses by Ghanaian security agents in Abosiokai Circle, Accra and Kumasi, Ashanti region over non-payment of the imposed $1 million fee, as well as allegations of harassment by local traders, sparked protest among Nigerian traders and resulted in diplomatic talks between the two countries. Nigerian traders exit Ghana. When contacted, the Ghanaian High Commissioner in Nigeria, Rashid Bawa, was unavailable. But the Vice Consul, Ghana High Commission, Mrs. Ruth Kuma, told Saturday Punch that she was not aware of the threat by the Nigerian traders to leave Ghana. Okay, you are not aware? All right. We are ready to return home over harassment in Ghana, says Nigerian traders. The phone line is open.
Also, you want to react to police invite Melafia for questioning on Monday. And the police called it for criminal investigation.
Criminal investigation.
That sounds quite worrisome.
Wow. Seems you have a first caller here.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning,
morning, sir. We can hear you. Your name and location.
God bless you all.
Amen.
Amen.
Your program is educating. And we thank you for that.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
As you guys the Ghanaian order, you know, it's a sign of sending them packing. They don't want. So let them come home. Home is sweet.
Home sweet home.
God bless you.
You didn't tell us your name and location, sir.
Tola from Shaki.
Okay, nice to have you. Thank you so much, sir.
My namesake.
Tola. All right. Okay, the phone line is still open. 08055099850. I think someone else is here.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. This is Chris calling from Ekene.
Oh, nice to have you, Mr. Chris. Go ahead.
Thanks for that. So I want to make a brief comment. What an irony of life for the IDPs. Those who are formerly comfortable in their homes are now homeless. While those who kill them are being rehabilitated, even presidential treatment. There may be an upsurge of crime if crime is now seen as a veritable way of being comfortable. I suggest that government should build hospitals and state centers for the people to acquire their skills. Secondly, in different crimes where leaders lead for the sake of service to humanity and service to the nation, Akub should have resigned honorably. He may not be cleared, and at the same time, he may not be happy working again in GCC. Finally, the aid in Unilag by the president. It is nice that the president has intervened, but let him not be too slow in cases like this. What would have happened? Assuming that schools are in session, I know students would have carried placards and caused a lot of damage to the school.
Very true.
And God bless.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chris. That's a very, valid point. What if school were to be in session when all these things was happening? It would have been something else. Thank you so much, Mr. Chris. The phone line is still open. Christian Bola Adio on Facebook. You say, good morning, Mr. Diane Tola. I like a conversation. This country is going to another thing. Our president should change his system of governance because we don't even hear anything that can make us happy. Yeah, may God save us. So, Christian Bola Adio, right there on Facebook.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning,
Morning, sir.
My name is Philip.
Okay.
I'll be from the New Ife Road.
Okay, nice to have you, sir.
I just want to comment on the treatment better to Atoda in Ghana. We should report the Ghana authority to Economic Community of West African States and African Unity. Because we don't take a drastic step, we take a dimension. Secondly, I want to comment on the people of Akiyeri, they have gone into spiritual. It means that what forces cannot do, they can do it. That's my own comment this morning. Good morning.
Thank you so much. That go spiritual. After all, the boy said he has been doing some spiritual things too. So why not who could join him in the spiritual fight?
There's this belief in many
Spirit for spirit.
that the boy is quite potent with the power of voodoo.
Wow.
That's what people have been saying anyway.
Wow.
That will make them a bit difficult to catch him. So going spiritual, well, that's a welcome development.
Wow. Leke Ajobi says, good morning, Mrs. Diane Tola. About the Unilag issue, why can't the federal government do their investigation or constitute a panel? They've just done that now. Okay, so God save Nigeria. Leke Ajobi from Omiadio, Ibadan. Thank you.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Morning, Aruna.
Oh, Mr. Aruna.
This is Aruna from Odoru, Gomosho.
We greet you.
Mr. Janti, how's the weekend now?
Fine.
Thank God for everything. I want to comment on those that said they want to return home. You see, there is no country like Nigeria, if not because of what is happening, the insecurity and the like. There's no country like Nigeria, so I just wish them all the best as they are planning to return home. That is one. Please permit me to say congratulations to Sevilla. Because if Inter they will say we say Lukaku, and he has won the cup. Thank God for Villa won.
All right.
Good morning. Haruna from Otoro.
Thank you so much. The phone lines are open. 08055009850. Alagwe John Adetunji on Facebook say, good morning, Mr. DNT. On Magu issue, if after the probe Magu is indicted, he should be arraigned by EFCC to serve as deterrent to others. I see what you are doing here. If Lai Mohammed is not in APC, he would have addressed press more than 10 times on the corruption going on in the country. But now he keeps quiet as no corruption in his party, APC. God bless Nigeria. Well, different strokes for different folks. Adeoti Kunle S is also here saying, good morning, Mr. DNT. It seems the federal government itself doesn't believe in the project Nigeria again. By turning deaf ears to the common people's voice that Nigerians are suffering, they should change the style that is not working. C. Calling Melafia for criminal investigation for saying the truth, forgetting that the truth exalts a nation, says the Bible. Okay. Adeoti Kunle, thank you so much. We'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning. You're on. Seems that person will have to call us back. Okay. Ajia Agbomojo Wulewa on Facebook is saying, good morning. It's better Nigerian traders in Ghana return back home, save before they start taking their life. Home is peaceful. God will bless us, all of us. Thank you. Ajia Agbomojo F1 shop. All right. Someone is here.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, DNT.
Good morning, sir.
God bless you.
Amen.
This is Ahmed Sulaiman Sambo.
Okay.
From Arada Gumasho.
Okay. Nice to have you, sir.
Yes, I want to talk about this our traders at Ghana. There is this meeting loss of motion that whatever that every action there must be an equal reaction to it. It close our boundaries and it affects all these West African countries, including Ghana. So there is a way for them to fight back. And that's it. They are now threatening our citizens there by closing their shops here and there. I would just advise, it's a good thinking for them to be coming home. Let them come home. Nigeria is very rich and fertile. So I wish them well, though.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ahmed Sulaiman from Gumasho. Ilyas Aguru on Facebook saying, good morning, Mr. Dayan Tola. How are you doing this morning? Well, we're fine. We don't even know where this country is going. We can't hear good news every day. Nigeria, that's what we need. Amen. Thank you so much. The phone line is still open. Speak some more calls.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yeah, that's Mr. Falodu.
Oh, that's Mr. Falodu.
Yes, sir.
Oh, nice to have you. Go ahead, sir.
Can you hear me, sir?
We can hear you clearly.
Thank you, sir. It's very unfortunate that this country never recognized aristocracy. What I'm talking about the issue of Magu.
Okay.
It's very unfortunate that I said that Mr. Justice Salami said I've allowed himself to be used by some oligarchy class. See? For a very dirty job. That's it. So me, I'm not saying Magu is excellent. It may not be excellent. But it's a man that has fought for this country. But now they are trying to reverse Nigeria, fighting corruption back again. Unfortunately, Mr. President, he has the will to fight corruption, but people surrounding him, they are merely pretenders. See, what which I saw, that these people want to be buying all these property at cheaper at giveaway price, but they can be selling it again at higher price. The Bible said no. Bible never collected any money. All money are paid to central bank. All property sold are paid to central bank. Now you are not saying that Bible is like this artificial lamp. That's unfortunate. We don't help this country. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Falodu. He seems to be so sure.
His opinion there.
Well, Olakunle Don at Olakunle_Don on Twitter is saying the federal government has been paying for criminality in the north. Do you have evidence to prove that? Say what prevent them from paying the Niger Delta militant custodian of oil? Weighty allegations right there, Olakunle. Well, we'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
My name is Chief Adele from Igora.
Nice to have you, Chief.
I just want to talk on our people from Ghana. Yoruba people say so far says that is how Ghana will do for us. In the 80s, when they have problems, they go there to Nigeria to come and have their name. Now they are attacking our people at Ghana. Let them come home, and we send their people back home too. So there's no problem. God bless Nigeria.
All right. Thank you, Chief Adele. He's saying we should do it for that.
Well, in those days, we also drove them away.
Ghana was good.
Sometimes
not too long ago.
In the 80s.
It's still fresh in the memories. You know, that bag became notorious when Ghana must go. That's, you know, well, is it coming back to haunt us? We have someone else here.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Nice to have you, Prince.
Firstly, I want to commend the region for people. So addressing the application is clear. Because the addressing prayer can also, I believe, as we want to address this prayer, then we find to have a solution to their problems. Then, secondly, the withdrawal of every invitation from attending NBA conference is a good omen by the NBA, because the feeling in that state is too much. We are wasting the life of our future president, the life of our future governors, life of our national assembly, both national and state assembly members. Likewise, the life of future clerics and future businessman. They are wasting their life. So I love what they do, and it serve as deterrent to others. Good day. Have a good weekend.
All right, thank you so much, Prince Adiremi. Ayuade Yemi Shaki from Shaki is saying good morning. Well, you guys are doing good, thank you. Since the fall of a leaf in the autumn is a signal or warning to the living, Magu's sack is a signal to our senior advocates of Nigeria that are destroying judiciary and polity of Nigeria. Wow. Okay. That's a serious accusation and allegation against the lawyers. Well, more grace from above to you all. Thank you so much. Ayuade from Shaki. Wow, massive allegation against the lawyers. All right, we'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
This is Comrade Oluyole from Oshogbo.
Okay.
Comrade Adewale from Oshogbo, go ahead.
I want to commend you for your good work you are doing here.
Thank you, sir.
And I want to keep it forward. Around the issue of Ghana, it is worth to enjoy them to come back home. But who is not as good as we have been to that place before. But because home is still burning, people are saying they come back to home. But home is not as secure as people are thinking about. So at least they just go and resolve these crises with Ghana and let the people see where they are, and they get their right there. Because that's not my point.
All right, thank you so much, Comrade Adewale. Comrade Adewale is using style to say that there's no space in Oshogbo. All right, well, let's pick some more calls.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Reverend.
Yes, Reverend Babatodi speaking from Langate.
Nice to have you, Reverend.
Yes, I want to commend the effort of the federal government for the issue of Unilag. That is how it should be. They should allow the Senate to appoint the acting VC instead of saying that another person is selected by the members of the Unilag should select the PC. That is number one. Then the other one is that it is good to assist those people that are affected by the Boko Haram saga. They need help. They need assistance. So let the government of Nigeria stand up to help these people, so that those people that were doing good before, they will continue to do same thing. God bless us. Reverend Babatunde from Lanlate.
All right, thank you so much, Reverend.
Thank you,
all the way from Lanlate. Phone line still open. Is someone else here?
Oh, still okay. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, this is Isaac Tola from Oluyole, Gomoso.
Nice to have you, Mr. Isaac.
I want to comment on Magu.
Go ahead, Mr. Isaac.
Hello?
Yes, we are with you. Go ahead with your comment.
The allegation against Magu is enormous. There's no way you can go back to that seat again.
Wow.
Because of this, you should forget about going back to EFU's headquarters. Secondly, sir, on the IDP, we should continue to pray for Nigeria government so that they remember these people. These people are suffering. Good day.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Isaac Agbola from Ogbomoso. The phone line is still open. Join the conversation. Okay, someone is here.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Alaji Ayelabugu.
Okay.
It's on the line from Malate.
Nice to have you, Alaji.
Concerning Edo election, if I have my way, I will have suggested that they should postpone the election. This the Ulabalu is too much. Instead of election, maybe they should declare a state of emergency and appoint a solar administrator for 3 months.
Wow.
Everything will die down. This the way people are handling politics is so bad. The two parties involved, they want to at least they don't take into consideration that they want to represent the interests of the people. So they are organizing their thuggery and even maiming and killing of people during the election campaign. So instead of that, to tie up the struggle, so I think they should have postponed it. Alaji Ayelabugu from Lanlate.
All right, thank you so much, Alaji. Okay. But even if you postpone it, the moment you announce election again, would they revert?
Why will Baku not die? So the best thing is to manage the situation.
So Baku will still eventually die, right? Yeah. All right. Let's pick this call.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Timothy from Ibadan.
Okay. Where in Ibadan, sir? Okay, go ahead.
What I want to say is that about the Ghana issue. That is how they used to use Nigeria. They have told us to use Abdo.
Wow.
Whenever they need money, they will call upon Nigeria to come and see them. And when we help them finish, they will drive our people up. So this is the first time now that Nigeria is supposed to think. I know we are spending our money. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Timothy from Oluyole. You know, and he has a point there. Remember what we did for South Africa too. The current generation in South Africa don't even remember that there's something called apartheid, and how Nigerians stood, you know, on behalf. We refused to go to a particular Olympic in protest against apartheid on behalf of South Africa. But what do we get today now? Xenophobia. Thank you, Timothy. Someone else is here.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mr. Tola.
Good morning, sir.
I greet you very well on the program.
Thank you so much,
sir.
Yeah, on the issue of Magu, I want to say that I commend the federal government on the action. The start is okay. I must never be returned. They should never do it.
Wow.
Because those are the set of people we expect that they will represent Nigeria very well. But that is one of those ones that is taking Nigeria.
Wow.
Good morning.
You didn't tell us your name, sir. Your name and location.
Comrade Jawale from Ogbomoso.
Nice to have you. Thank you so much. Comrade Jawale from Ogbomoso. So much comments have mounted up for me here. On Facebook, Mobolaji Elijah Odu saying, good mom, said auntie, why is our government doing this to us? As if government is not listening to the agony of Nigerians. No light, no security. People are suffering in IDP camp, and we'll try to tell them that what to be done. Dayo and Tola, please go to Abuja and tell them people are suffering. Okay. Thank you. Akin Foluri, Bike Ilori, thank you so much. We'll go back to the phone line.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
I'm Ajibola from Oluyole.
Nice to have you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I want to speak on the transfer of Nigerians Tola and Ghana. Sometimes last year, I think around July or August last year, Nigeria closed our border. Nobody could bring goods from Ghana, exactly by road. And no Ghanaians are allowed to come to Nigeria to buy, at least by the law enacted by Nigeria and then. Too many Nigerians, exactly in the Bukwa market, that their lives have become to the dark policy. Some goods remain in Sydney since August last year.
Wow.
That could not come into Nigeria. Permanent presidency visited Nigeria, the president of Benin also visited Nigeria, and Nigeria did not yield to their plea. So I'm seeing this step as a retaliatory measure from the Ghanaian government also. Maybe if they are doing this to Nigeria, maybe Nigeria will rethink itself and allow the border to be open. If they say they want to close the border so that rice will not come in, or there are many goods that are not less, Nigeria should allow those goods to come in. So I wish them well, whatever step they take.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ajibola from Alakia. And that will be our last call today. Or somebody's there, and we take that 30 seconds. Is someone there? Okay. Mary's here already. Okay.
30 seconds.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, you're on.
Mackenzie from White House, Ariago.
Okay. Nice to have you. We are with you. Our first time caller. Go ahead.
My question is this. In Edo State, we have Governor Obaseki in charge of the state. Now he has shifted to PDP. So which party is ruling Edo State now? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Technically, it's the PDP because the governor is of the PDP. Well, somebody wants us to take that call, but he has managed to enter, but we can't take any more calls. Mary is here, and it's time for Sport Tidbits. Wow, so many people have joined the program today. We can't reel out your names, all of you. 16 of you, thank you so much for making it a date. Till Monday, when we come your way again on the program. I remain Oladayo Ogunbowale.
Tola,
and of course, we'll be on TV tomorrow at 7 p.m. mid-news for People's Parliament.
Before you run.
Okay.
Before you run. How does it feel that everybody went on break and your captain got arrested?
Why are you talking like this?
It's a question.
I don't know. We answer you.
Conversation with Dio and Tola. Conversation with Dio and Tola.
Ìyá mi Àyìnkẹ́, adájọ́ tí kì í fi gbá kan bọ̀ kan.
Ṣé wo mọ̀ yí pé apa èpò lẹ́yìn àgbà ọmọdé apa lẹ́yìn tiẹ̀ náà má yájú sẹ́gbọ́n rẹ̀ mọ́ o.
Olú alámọ̀ ní kọ̀rọ̀ yàrá kí n má bàa fi gbogbo owó jẹ wóróbo.
Àjàní kódà kéèyàn fọwọ́ mẹ́wẹ̀ẹ̀wá jẹun ná díẹ̀ fi díẹ̀ pamọ́ torí ọjọ́ ọ̀la ni.
Tí n bá rántí ẹ̀kọ́ nípa bá a ti múra lámúyẹ ẹ̀rín á sì pa mí títí.
Ewu ọmọ mi Àjàní bó ti wọ bàtà ọ̀tún sósì bí ẹni ń lo oko ọdẹ ó yá ọkọ mi tún bàtà rẹ wọ̀ dáadáa.
Fún àwọn òpómúlérò ìyá ẹ̀mí àbàtà tí módò ṣàn ní 3 crowns ìtọ́jú àwọn ìyá ṣe pàtàkì kí wọ́n lè tẹ̀síwájú ipa rere aláìlẹ́gbẹ́ tí wọ́n ń kó lórí ẹbí gbogbo.
3 crowns milk, healthy moms, happy families.
destiny. I have waited patiently. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up.
Well, definitely stand up for the champions. Talking about Sevilla, yes, champions of the UEFA Europa League 2020 edition, coronavirus edition, as I would like to call it. A whole lot of accolades need to go to this team. So many people were looking at the hunger of the Inter Milan Antonio Conte boys, and they almost never gave them a chance. But I think Sevilla has done well to put their name right there on the map. Well, 2006, 2007, 2014, 15, 16, and now 2020, Sevilla proud winners of the UEFA Europa League, just like its usual tradition around here. We need to congratulate them, say stand up for the champions. Well, good morning, welcome to Sport Tidbits this beautiful Saturday morning right here on Oluyole FM 98.5. Always a pleasure bringing to you the best, the latest in the world of sports. Well, of course, one special welcome to everyone joining us from Agility FM 92.1, Okeogo FM 96.3, and also on the website, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. We're saying welcome to the show this morning. Always a pleasure having you with us on the show. Well, a whole lot to talk about, all the way from tennis down to Formula One, then football. Also, we'll talk about the home scene. Then finally, we'll wrap it up with some NBA stories.
Myself back up, and when I fall down, I have to pick myself back up, and when I fall down, I have to pick myself up.
Oh, definitely. This morning, let's kick it off from the world of tennis. Yes, tennis is where we start off today. That's where Novak Djokovic has said that one of the reasons he decided to play at the US Open was to help the sport keep going. Well, don't forget that so many bigwigs are pulled out of the US Open for this year. It should start off. That will be on the 31st of August in New York. The Northern and also the Southern Open ongoing at the moment. Everyone is waiting to see what the bigwigs will be bringing to the table. But of course, Novak Djokovic says that he decided to play because the tennis needed to keep on going. Well, Spaniard, that's Rafael Nadal, second in the world, has withdrawn. He is also the defending champion. Bianca Andreescu also has withdrawn. She is the defending champion. If you look at the world top 10 women in the world of tennis now, 6 of them have already withdrawn, saying that they will not be coming to the US Open. Okay, straight away from there now, straight to Williams. Talking about Formula One, where Williams has now been bought over by a US-based investment firm who, after being put up for sale, that was back in May. Now, the announcement of this purchase comes in the week that all 10 F1 teams signed up to the new Concord Agreement governing the sport, which has been designed to ensure a more level playing field in the future. I think this is huge. Talking about for the Williams, for those who has been fans of Formula One for a very, very long time, you would know that Williams is the second most successful team in the Formula One. They have won 7 drivers' championships. They have won 9 constructors' titles since entering the F1 grid back in 1977. But unfortunately for them, they have had only 1 race win. That was in the last 16 years, only back in 2012, as Williams been able to win a race. So many people would expect at this point in time that Williams should be able to get back to winning ways after the sale. Okay, let's come home and talk about some local stories where the River State Commissioner for Sports, Boma has dispelled rumors that Rivers United had agreed a deal with the Nigerian Football Federation to accept its decision on the interpretation of the points per game calculation for the 2019-2020 season. Of course, don't forget that after the LMC decided that what are we going to use in ending the season, send some to the CAF Champions League and also some to the CAF Confederations Cup, they decided that they will be using the weight PPG because because some of the teams did not play all head-to-heads before coronavirus stopped the league. So after they used the word PPG, Eyimba jumped into second while Rivers United ended up third. And Rivers has since then been saying that third is not our portion. We are going straight to second. We will fight this. And also on Thursday, there was a virtual meeting that was held between the NFF boss, that's Melvin Pinnick, and also Sheo Diko, Rivers United's general manager, their commissioner for youth and sports, also in the state. Well, at the end of that meeting, it was deadlocked. Rivers United said they never agreed to anything. So it's safe to say at this point in time that the drama continues as far as the PPG controversy between Rivers United and the LMC is concerned. Okay, straight off now to Sunshine Stars, where max exodus of players and coaches has begun in the camp of Sunshine Stars. This is following the Nigerian club's inability to offset outstanding salaries to their personnel. Well, Coach Kabiru Dogo already been linked now to a move for Lobby Stars. Well, reports say that Kabiru Dogo is being owed 3 months' salaries, while his assistants are being owed 7 months' wages. Sunshine Stars players also, some say they are being owed 3 months' salaries, and some of those players have already started leaving Sunshine Stars in search of better contracts. Anthony Omaka, Ojolon Leke, Wasiu Jimoh, Jide Fatokun. This is some of the players who have left Sunshine in the past 2 weeks ahead of the new season. Well, of course, reacting to the exit of these players now, the chairman of the Ondo State Football Agency, that's Tajuddin Akinyemi, said that the services of some of these outgoing players were no longer needed anyway, so it's no big deal that they have left. But talking about the managerial position over there at Sunshine Stars, Kabiru Dogo, of course, we know that he's almost going to be out of the job very, very soon, and it looks like he will be replaced by Benga Ogumbote. Well, Benga Ogumbote, popularly called the Oracle. Some people say he should be the one getting the job for Kabiru Dogo. Of course, so many fans of Shooting Stars know Benga Ogumbote, former manager here in Ibadan. Of course, Ogumbote was with Lobby Stars, but his contract was not renewed, so it's probably going to be a swap now. Ogumbote will be going down to Sunshine, while Kabiru Dogo will be making his way to Lobby Stars. But for so many people right here in the south now, it's a whole lot to talk about, because if you look at the fortunes of Nigeria, NPFL now, the fortunes of southwestern clubs in the NPFL for a very, very long time, it has always been resting solely on the shoulders of Sunshine Stars. Of course, MFM has come into the mix, but then the whole of the southwest has only been able to boast of MFM and also Shooting Stars in the past 3-4 seasons. So if that's Sunshine Stars, beg your pardon. Now, if Sunshine Stars do not get these things right before the new season, I don't think the West can afford now. The Southwest can afford to see another team of theirs now end up in the NNL. But it's going to be pretty interesting to see how all of that turn out at the end of the day. Okay, straight now to the international scene. We start out from the camp of Manchester United, where Captain Harry Maguire has been arrested following an incident on the island of Mykonos. This was on Thursday. Well, the 27-year-old England defender is on holiday in Greece, and the Cyprus prosecutor's office said yesterday that 3 foreigners had been arrested following an alleged altercation with police officers. Well, Harry Maguire is the world's most expensive defender, having signed for United from Leicester City. That was last summer for £80 million. Of course, in his first season at Old Trafford, he was an ever-present in the Premier League, even ended up as the captain, scoring 1 goal. Now, reacting to this development, now Manchester United said in a statement that was released yesterday that the club was aware of the alleged incident involving Harry Maguire and the Mykonos, and then they have made contact with Harry Maguire. They are sure he is fully cooperating with the Greek authorities, but they would not be saying anything more aside that. Well, of course, United finished with a 2-1 defeat by Sevilla, the eventual champions in the Europa League semi-finals. That was back on the 16th of August, and the players were given a 2-week break by the club to have fun and all of that before the new season. Okay, straight to now. The 2020-2021 fixtures for the English Premier League, of course, has been released now. Leeds' first Premier League game for 16 years will be to see Marcelo Bielsa's men travel to Anfield up against Liverpool. And I'm sure it's going to be the icing on the cake for the weekend in the EPL come next season. And that's talking about when the season starts off by September the 12th. Who is your team going to be playing? How do you think they will be faring? All of this and more we should be discussing by 3 p.m. tomorrow right here on the program Sports Extra. The fixtures for next year, the opening of the Premier League we'll be talking about. Of course, don't forget that Chelsea and Wolverhampton Wanderers will not be playing on that opening day. They will be playing 2 days later. That's because now the Premier League promised that all the clubs that went to Europe, they will make sure that all of them get 1 month, a whole month to prepare before the new season. So because of that, Chelsea will be playing on September the 14th. Also, Wolverhampton Wanderers will be playing on September the 14th. But every other person, apart from Manchester United and also Manchester City, those two also will not be part of proceedings in the first week at all. They will be starting off in the second week. Okay, let's talk Adama Traore now, who has now been called up to the Spanish squad for September's Nations League fixtures against Germany and also Ukraine. Now, the uncapped 24-year-old said in January that he was still undecided whether to play for Spain or for Mali at international level. He was called up by Spain, of course, in November, but he had to withdraw due to injury. Barcelona's teenage winger, that's talking about Ansu Fati, and also Manchester City's duo of Eric Garcia and Ferran Torres have also been called up. That is by Spain. So, as far as the Nations League is concerned, by September, they should be having some fixtures. Right here, still in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic, we can boldly say everything is getting back to normal. Even in France, the Ligue 1 has started for those who are looking for active football at this point in time. Well, you can help yourself to France football, active football there in France. Well, yesterday, Samuel Kalu and also that's talking about Moses Simon, they were part of proceedings for Nantes when they visited Bordeaux, the opening game for them and the French Ligue 1. That was yesterday. Of course, the game ended goalless in favor of nobody. Also, yesterday we had some matches come up that was in the UEFA Women's Champions League. Yes, the UEFA Women's Champions League ongoing in Spain at the moment. You can also enjoy that bit of football. Of course, yesterday, Asisat Oshala registered an assist to her name after she helped her team get maximum win over that was Atletico Madrid in a very, very tense encounter in Bilbao. That was yesterday. Also, the second game in the UEFA Women's Champions League yesterday was between Wolfsburg and also Glasgow. Wolfsburg, of course, champions of Germany, they had to take on Glasgow, and it was a very, 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 very power-packed and interesting encounter. Well, some would say that from the scoreline, it's probably some of those things you see from women football, but I think it's only also safe to say at this point in time that the level that these people have come to in women football has been amazing. So a whole lot right there in that game to watch out for. You can always see that Wolfsburg up against Glasgow City actually ended 9-1 in favor of Wolfsburg. Well, today now we should be seeing some games go on. It's going to be Arsenal women taking on Paris Saint-Germain, and that will be later tonight. Also, Olympique Lyonnais women will be up against Bayern Munich. So a whole lot of games also to look forward to today. That's talking about the UEFA Women's Champions League. Also from football stories, before we go, Leeds United has been charged by the FA over their Premier League promotion celebrations following their victory at Derby County last season. Now, Leeds marked their first game since winning the championship by title, coming from behind to win 3-1 at Pride Park. That was on July the 19th. Now, what the FA is basically saying is that Leeds United celebrated too much, over-celebrated. Their director was ecstatic and all of that in spite of the coronavirus. So they are charging Leeds United. Leeds United has until September September 3 to report back to the FA on that one. Also, let's go straight to Barcelona now, where they have appointed former player Eric Larsson as part of Ronald Koeman's backroom staff. Now, so many people know Eric Larsson. He was a former player of Barcelona. Well, I think at this point in time, Manchester United is probably not only the DNA club that is floating around. Barcelona is can also be categorized as one of those DNA clubs at this point in time. But I think the big question for Barcelona and also their fans at this point in time, the question so many people have been asking, even after we heard that Lionel Messi had to cut short his time, that was his holiday period, to come see the new coach. That's talking about Ronald Koeman. It has to be, what exactly would the future of Lionel Messi at Barcelona be, especially under the new coach? How can they get back to winning ways after that terrible defeat in the hands of Bayern Munich? All of that also we'll have for you to discuss, and that will be 3 p.m. tomorrow. And also the big one happening tomorrow night, everyone is looking forward to it, has to be the UEFA Champions League final. PSG are going up against Bayern Munich. Everyone looking forward to this one. We'll get to determine how 2020 will go, talking about European football. Of course, so many people have talked about the fact that France football should not have sent away, should not have cancelled the Ballon d'Or for this season. Well, all of those opinions also will get a sample tomorrow. Don't forget that Lewandowski, one of the high flyers, he will be a part of proceedings tomorrow. But Bayern Munich definitely the team to they have this title to lose, in my opinion. But then tomorrow we'll get to see how much more they wanted. Don't forget PSG. They've waited for this for so long. Everyone in PSG has waited for this for so long. They have spent over €1 billion in trying to make sure that they get this trophy back to themselves there in the city of Paris. So we'll get to see how that work will turn out. Of course, Mbappe will be in the thick of things tomorrow. Neymar will be in the thick of things tomorrow. All of this are right here for you. And also tomorrow by 3 p.m. we will be taking a quick look at the NBA. We'll see where the playoffs have kept us at this point in time. Celtic and Raptors, of course, they have gone 3-0 up against their opponents. Are talking about the NBA playoffs at this point in time. This is where we wrap it up. Definitely call it a day on Sported with a beautiful Saturday morning. Well, tomorrow afternoon 3 p.m. I expect that we'll be here together to talk about all of these things. Well, always and always, don't forget to support sports. My name is Mary Akinshala. Bye for now.
Ika.
The time is 10 minutes before 8 on Oluyole, 98.5 FM. You're welcome to our commercial belt.
Papa John, I am afraid. Have you heard of coronavirus?
Yes, I have heard. But you can get it through contact with a person who may have the virus or live in an area with ongoing spread.
That is the problem. Before you know a person has it, you may have already gotten it.
That is why we must stop the spread.
How?
Do not shake anybody's hand and avoid touching people. Do not touch surfaces such as rails or stairs, public door handles, etc. In case you do, wash your hands properly with soap or use a sanitizer. Avoid crowded places and practice physical distancing at all times.
Physical distancing? What is that?
It means maintaining a 2-meter distance from the person nearest to you at all times. Most important, remember to wash your hands regularly with soap and under running water for at least 20 seconds, especially after blowing your nose, coughing or sneezing, going to the bathroom, or even before preparing and eating food. Avoid touching your eyes, nose and mouth with unwashed hands.
Thank you, my husband. I feel a lot better.
Now go and wash your hand with soap and under running water for at least 20 seconds so you'll feel best. This message is brought to you by UNICEF Nigeria.
dídùn lódodo òní ọjọ́ kejìlélógún oṣù kẹjọ ọdún 2020 ló pé ọdún kan tí bàbá wa olóyè Samuel Ọlálérè lọ́mọ́wò kí ayé pé ó dìgbà ọ̀ṣẹ́. Adúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run fún ìparere tí ẹ kó nínú ayé wa nígbà tí ẹ wà lókè èèpẹ̀. Iwájú tí ẹ dojúkọ dára, bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ̀yìn tí ẹ fi sílẹ̀ kò bàjẹ́ rárá, ó ń dára sí ni. Abiyamọ tòótọ́, onínúure, Olóyè Samuel Ọlálérè lọ́mọ́wò, ẹ máa sinmi lọ láyà Olùgbàlà títí di ọjọ́ àjíǹde níbi tí ìpè àkótí ní símọ́. Sùn rẹ o. Olùkéde aya, ọmọ àti ọmọ.
Èmi mo nílẹ̀, èmi mo nílé mi, ṣùgbọ́n wọn ò jẹ́ kọ́kàn mi ó balẹ̀.
Ǹjẹ́ ó gba ìwé àṣẹ èmi mo nílẹ̀ èmi mo nílé mi sí ọ̀fọ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ ìjọba?
Rárá o, èmi ò gba ìwé àṣẹ kankan, ṣùgbọ́n èmi mo ní nǹkan mi.
Dandan ni o gbọ́dọ̀ gba ìwé àṣẹ èmi mo nílẹ̀ èmi mo nílé sí ọ̀fọ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ ìjọba.
Ìgbà yẹn ló tó lẹ́nu ọ̀rọ̀ lórí dúkìá rẹ.
Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ti ṣètò bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe gba ìwé àṣẹ èmi mo nílẹ̀ èmi mo nílé mi sí ọ̀fọ̀ látọ̀dọ̀ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ pẹ̀lú ìrọ̀rùn àti owó pínísín láàárín 60 ọjọ́ péré. Wàá rí sí ọ̀fọ̀ rẹ gbà. Ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ti ṣètò àwọn káàdì tó dàbí recharge card. Káàdì yìí lẹ máa kọ́kọ́ rà pẹ̀lú 6,000 naira. Ìlànà bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lo káàdì yìí ti wà lára ẹ̀. Ìyẹn lẹ máa fi gba fọ́ọ̀mù. Ẹ lè rí àwọn recharge card yẹn rà ní gbogbo ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ àti ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ onídàgbàsókè tó wà jákèjádò ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́. Èèyàn 2,000 tó bá kọ́kọ́ wá yóò jẹ àǹfààní ẹ̀dínwó ìdá 15 nínú owó tí wọ́n fẹ́ san.
Bákan náà lẹ́tún lè lo sí ọ̀fọ̀ yìí láti fi ya owó.
Fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé sí i pè sórí nọ́mbà yìí 0700 696 52637 0700 696 52637.
Orí mi wú. Ọmọ mi ọkùnrin gbá bọ́ọ̀lù wọnú àwọn tí wọ́n fi gbégbá orókè nínú ìdíje bọ́ọ̀lù àfẹsẹ̀gbá àti ilé ẹ̀kọ́ wọn. Ọmọ mi obìnrin náà tún gba àmì ẹ̀yẹ nínú ìdíje ijó rẹ̀. Mo dúpẹ́ púpọ̀ lọ́wọ́ Indomie noodles tèmi nìkan fún oúnjẹ aṣaralóore pàtàkì fún àṣeyọrí ẹbí mi àti fífún àwọn ọmọ mi ní okun tí ó pé láti ṣe àṣeyọrí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìfi ọkàn wọn. Èmi ò ní fi Indomie noodles mi rọ́pò ohunkóhun nílé ayé yìí.
Ẹ̀yin màmá, ẹ jẹ́ kí àwọn ọmọ yín ṣe déédéé pẹ̀lú ìṣaralóore ti Indomie kí wọ́n bá lè jẹ́ ẹni tí ó dára jù nínú ohun gbogbo tí wọ́n bá ń ṣe.
Ẹ̀yin màmá, kí lè dúró ṣe?
Ìyá mi Àyìnkẹ́, adájọ́ tí kì í figbá kan bọ̀ kan.
Ṣé wo mọ̀ yìí pé apa èpò lẹ́yìn àgbà ọmọdé apa lẹ́yìn tiẹ̀ náà má yájú sẹ́gbọ́n rẹ mọ́ o.
Kolo alámọ̀ ní kọ̀rọ̀ yàrá kí n má bàa fi gbogbo owó jẹ wóróbo.
Àjàní kódà kéèyàn fọwọ́ mẹ́wẹ̀ẹ̀wá jẹun ná díẹ̀ fi díẹ̀ pamọ́ torí ọjọ́ ọ̀la ni.
Tí bá rántí ẹ̀kọ́ nípa bá a ti múra lámúyẹ ẹ̀rín á sì pa mí títí.
Ewu ọmọ mi Àjàní bó ti wọ bàtà ọ̀tún sósì bí ẹni ń lo oko ọdẹ. Ó yá ọkọ mi tún bàtà rẹ wọ̀ dáadáa.
Fún àwọn òpómúlérò ìyá ẹ̀mí àbàtà tí mọ́dọ̀ ṣàn ní 3 crowns ìtọ́jú àwọn ìyá ṣe pàtàkì kí wọ́n lè tẹ̀síwájú ipa rere aláìlẹ́gbẹ́ tí wọ́n ń kó lórí ẹbí gbogbo.
3 crowns milk, healthy moms, happy families.
Ìkéde pàtàkì rèé o látọ̀dọ̀ ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ látàrí àbájáde ìwádìí látọ̀dọ̀ àjọ tó ń wo bójú ọjọ́ ṣe rí wípé àròrọ̀dá òjò yóò wáyé lọ́dún yìí èyí tó lè fa ẹ̀kún omi láti wá dènà àjálù omíyalé